Billboard top 50 rappers, greatest rappers of all time.
What a crazy list.
I know a lot of people want me to talk about this stuff.
Please
and
talk about it quick.
Yeah, it starts out with William Roberts. That's how you know the list is broken, because Rick Ross has great singles.
Great artist.
Huh?
You know,
He has great singles.
Yeah.
Like Aston Martin music is my fucking shit. I can bump the fuck out of that record. You know, he's got Hustling. I love Hustling. Every day I'm hustling. You know, I give him his props where it's due. But top 50 of all time?
Stop.
Never in a million, not even, he's maybe.
Top 70, 80.
No, maybe top 100. Because Rick Ross does not have a classic album. There's not a single album.
100%.
A single classic album. I think to be in the top 50 of all time, you have to have at least one album that is like, okay, shit.
Like did some noise.
Yeah, that did something. That's like, this guy barely went platinum. He just recently went platinum on the first album. So it's like, how is this guy even top? He's a top 100 maybe at best, if you're willing. Yeah.
The Game.
Yeah. By the way, The Game isn't on this list.
Terrible.
Which is like, what the fuck? You got the documentary Doctor's Advocate. Just off those two albums alone,
Garbage, man. Garbage.
He's ahead of Rick Ross, 1,000,000%. Game hasn't reacted to it. But we'll talk about rappers that didn't make it. So let's first go. Rick Ross is at number 50, William Roberts, a.k.a. the guy who stole someone's whole identity. Rev Run is at number 49. Melly Mel, number 48. We're going to go through a few of these. MC Lyte, 47. Jadakiss is at 46. That was interesting to see that. Jadakiss is a great, great rapper.
100%.
But here's the thing. Like, there's a difference between rapper and hip-hop artist, I feel like. Because like rapper is more about, I feel like more about bars, and hip-hop artist is more about sonically. Let me see.
It seems like here they were like going by what were the hot records, and like, you know, they were mentioning like songs that were hot hits.
Yeah, so
you know,
that's what I'm saying. Like rap. When you say rappers versus hip hop artists is more like about the style, the culture, club records, who can make, you know, more smooth hit records, stuff like that. That's the generalization. But rappers, like somebody who can spit bars, great vocal delivery, like, so you can kind of go off the title and be like, okay, they're talking about rappers that rap. So okay, it could be a little bit different, but I don't know. Right. They didn't really clarify that. The Jadakiss number 46. I don't mind that. Jadakiss at 46. I feel like,
yeah,
to me, he doesn't have like those records that like stand out immediately, but he is consistent in his stuff. So you got 45, Ice-T, Queen Latifah at 44. I believe she should have been way higher, but that's their list on that. Bun B at 43, Redman at 42, E40 at 41, Dr. Dre at 40. This was interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
He is not a rapper. You know, when you think of Dr. Dre, you think mainly producer. Now, does he rap? Yes, but he doesn't write his own shit. Everybody writes for him because he's not a rapper. So to have him ahead of people that actually write their own stuff, like Redman, for example, Bun B, Queen Latifah, Jadakiss, Ice-T, all these people, didn't really make much sense. I can see him, you know, if you're looking overall, he's probably one of the greatest of all time, but in terms of rapping.
Wait a minute, I just realized something.
What?
There's not even Lil Wayne in here.
Wayne's in here, bro.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I said the top 10. What do you? Yeah, we talked about this. I said Nicki, Drake, and Wayne.
I forgot.
Yeah, this
man,
guy.
I was about to say.
Number 40. So yeah, Dr. Dre. Doesn't make any sense. But continuing on, Ludacris at 39. I do feel Ludacris should be in this list. I'm glad he's at least at 39. This threw me off. Gucci Mane at 38. I can name probably 10 to 15 rappers that are way better than Gucci Mane that should have been on this list off the top of my head. Let's see what they wrote about him. Gucci Mane went from teenage drug dealer to rap, Atlanta rap deity in 2000s with sedated raps and a Hollywood story Spike Lee couldn't script. Now they're saying he flooded the streets with a north of 70 mixtapes, and he still has Hunger, 20th top 10 entries in top rap albums chart in 2019, claiming the title belt from Tech 9 prior to 2016. I don't know. Gucci's influence puts him up there, but I don't know. In terms of rapper and content,
He's a good rapper.
I fuck with Gucci, but not like that.
He can rap.
Nah, not like that. To me, not like that. I don't know. I've heard Gucci, and he's got his style. He's got his own thing. But 40, what is it? 38? Nah, man.
Over Ludacris.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's like over Ludacris. Nah, that should not be happening. Yeah. 37 Common. Okay. 36 Mos Def. Yasin Bey, basically, but formerly known as Mos Def. 35 is Future. How do I 35 being Future doesn't make any sense to me. Now DS2 is, to me, somewhat of, I think it's damn near a classic to me. DS2, Dirty Sprite 2. I think that's a classic to me. Damn near. If it's missing a couple of shit, but to me that's, and then he had a whole mixtape run. I don't know. 35 is very, very like.
Game seems like 35 would have been.
Yeah, like I would put the Game around
30.
there or something. I'd put Future definitely higher up.
50.
Yeah, I would not. He should be in the top. He should be in the top 50 to 40 at best. Going down, Chuck D, Public Enemy, and 34. 33, Busta Rhymes, rightfully so. I think that's a good position of Busta Rhymes. Yeah. 32, T.I. To me, I think he had the greatest 3-run album back-to-back that any hip-hop artist has ever had. And by the way, but I mean by back-to-back, I mean is literally year after year after year, he dropped something fire. King, T.I. versus T.I.P., and then Paper Trail. All back-to-back-to-back, while dealing with getting locked up, while dealing with his best friend getting killed, while dealing with potential life in prison, whatever the case may be. He did all that in that span, which is something that
he had incredible.
I can't name a lot of rappers that did that type of run. Especially back to back to back, like year after year after year. It wasn't, and every year he was climbing up in sales.
Very good point you brought up. Yeah.
And I mentioned this a while ago on the podcast so T.I. 32, okay. You know what? I think a little bit higher, but 32 is fine. 31, Lil Kim, rightfully so. She was one of the female rappers that a lot of these now female rappers looked up to, including Nicki Minaj. So, 30, Lauryn Hill. The problem with this is she's only released one album ever in her career, and that album did go diamond. It is obviously, hailed that as a classic, but it's only one album. So that's my thing. Is like, if you only released one project, solo project, obviously, because she's been with Fugees. If you only release one solo project, it's hard to like put you up there, because where's the consistency? Consistency should be, a factor in this, I think. If you're consistent, you should be awarded for that. But if you only release one good thing one time, I don't know. So I kind of disagree with that number. Should she be top 50 of all time? Yes. But once again, in the 50s and 40s. Probably 50 or 45, something like that. I don't think she should be 30. Delivering one classic album does not get you that. 29, Pusha T. I fuck with Pusha. He's been consistent year in and year out. I don't know anybody from 2000 and what, when did his first with Eclipse come out? Probably 2000, I want to say 2002, 2003. I don't know anybody from that era that's still doing it at this rate and still getting the respect, and justice due. So I agree with Pusha T being at 29. I don't see any issue with that. Yeah. Black Thought, obviously we know he's one of the most lyrical artists of all time. A lot of artists praise him. Lyrically wise, he's arguably one of the best ever. 28, I mean, that's kind of what it is. I would put him probably in the 30s maybe, but 28's a good number. Q-Tip, 27. I agree with that. Big Pun, 26.
I think he should go higher.
I don't know. I kind of think he should be a little bit lower, but yeah, I don't know. To me, I like Big Pun, but I don't know. I feel like because a lot of these people die prematurely, you can't see, like, you can't judge their whole type of like. Because imagine if Eminem died during Marshall Mathers LP's biggest album, everybody would be like, this guy's the fucking greatest of all time. Imagine if Lil Wayne died when the Carter 3 dropped, everybody would be like, oh, this is the greatest. Imagine 50, Get Rich, or Drake died whenever he dropped whatever his classic is considered. Nothing Was the Same or some shit. It's like, you know, a lot of these people died in their peak. Same with Pac and Biggie. So it's like, you know, that needs to play a factor. But while they were here, they did great things. So it's like, I don't know. 26, I would have put him in the 30s. But Method Man 25, I'm not against that. I agree with that. KRS-One 24, I agree with that. Curtis Blow 23, definitely one of the most influential hip hop artists. A lot of people refer to him, so I agree with 23. Ghostface Kill 22, I agree. DMX 21. I agree with that number.
Yeah, I could say 1 to 20 around there. So that's close.
I don't
enough.
know, top 20 of all time. Yeah, I agree with 21.
21.
I think he is one of the most. He definitely had one of the most unique sounds.
Yeah, like
long album run.
He did a little bit of everything.
He dropped 2 number 1 albums in 1 year too. We have to remember that. And sold a hell of a lot of albums, even though he didn't have hit records like number ones. He did have number 1 albums. I don't mind 21. 21's a good number. Big Daddy Kane 20. I agree. Huge influential artist. If not one of the biggest influential artists. Missy Elliott 19.
Hell yeah.
I feel like she should have been top 10.
Yeah, she's a beast.
I feel like she should have been top 10. Her sound, her flow, her videos, unique. Everything was different about her. You could, you know.
I could say she's probably one of the best female artists.
To me, she's the best female artist. I don't see anybody
all
better
time.
than her. Yeah, so 19, I feel like she should have been higher on there. But, you know, 18 is Ice Cube. What? That is, at least it's top 20 of all time.
Yeah, at least it's top 20.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Yeah.
I
don't know.
Ice Cube got pissed. He said, you know, TMZ caught up with him.
Yeah.
And he said, who? When they asked him about the list. He's like, I don't fuck with Billboard or the editor. Billboard ain't hip-hop, so their opinion don't matter, so who gives a fuck? He said it's an irrelevant list. It's like assholes. Everybody got one, and they all stink.
Round of applause for Ice Cube.
That's funny, yeah.
That
So that's his take on it.
Perfection.
I do feel he's top 20 of all time. So, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because the next
one is pissing me off. You guys already know what this is going to be.
that is terrible. But
number 17, 50 Cent. And this pissed me off like 1,000,000%.
I'm glad Billboard at least put him top 20, because if they would have put him 20 to 30 or something like that, I would have personally.
Oh, if you would have been in the 20s and 30s,
terrible. This list is off.
No,
I mean, a lot of comments on this was like, what?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah.
People, here's the thing about the list about 50. People don't understand that, yeah, he only has 5 official albums out in his career. Think about what he did in between the moments that he had his peak. Mixtapes, G-Unit Records, every artist from G-Unit he helped. All the shit that he did with mixtapes, bro. Just mixtapes alone, he's dropped like an extra 10 albums. And they're all hitting. Every mixtape was hitting. Every mixtape was hitting. Everything in the streets was flooding.
Buzzing, yeah.
And Get Rich, like J. Cole said, that's like hip hop's Thriller. Like let that sink in. Thriller is one of the greatest albums of music, period. Yeah, J. Cole said that's hip hop's Thriller.
Yeah.
That alone puts you in the top 10. I don't give a fuck who it is. Because Get Rich is just, everybody's been influenced by the album. Everything, that album changed everything. The album's perfection from top to bottom.
Yeah. I don't think I know a single person that has not listened to the album.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, everybody that I've met.
Everybody that I've talked
knows.
to.
Even if you only know one song in the club,
yeah,
you know about it. There you go. That's it. So
facts.
In the club, and it just in itself is one of the biggest, most iconic tracks of all time. Number 17 is really super disrespectful, man. Billboard is.
So you would say top 10, 100%? Like
100%.
number 10. How would that look like?
I would, there's a lot of rappers in the world, man. I think,
yeah,
that came. I think
top 10, that would have been like.
If you went number 10,
respected.
And if you went number 10, okay, that's
respect.
I'll be fine with that. But 17, bro.
That's a disgusting.
And here's the people that are in front of him that even pissed me off even more. I was like, what? Who are these people that are in front of this guy? Makes no damn sense. So you got 50 at 17, which 1,000,000% is bullshit. There's nobody that's been, like I said, there's nobody that's had a run like him that dominated the run.
Ever in hip-hop.
There's no peak like that ever. We haven't seen hip-hop ever. Nobody's ever matched that. There's nobody that's done all the shit he did for his whole crew, for G-Unit Records, for everything business-wise, dominating. The fact the guy had the hottest album out dropped the hottest group hip hop album out at the time. Then on top of that, mixtapes was dropping mixtapes in between that. Then delivered a soundtrack to one of the best soundtracks to a movie ever. Then delivered Banks, Buck, Game, Yayo, G Unit Records, video games, without even mentioning the business stuff, just music. Imagine as an artist, you had to deliver all that within 2 years. You deliver your debut album with a huge buzz. No, we're not even talking business. Just talking music. You had to deliver your greatest debut album of all time, largest selling debut album. You then deliver one of the best-selling group albums of all time, 4 to 5 million sold worldwide, huge hits on that. Then you managed to deliver everybody else's artist that's on your Banks, Buck, all went platinum. Game helped him with his album, all went 5 times worldwide platinum. Then you delivered a movie with a soundtrack that was classic and sold over 3-4 million, all in a span of like 2 years. On top of that, you delivered mixtapes back to back to back to back. G Unit Radio is everywhere. How is that not in the top 10?
We got it.
I'm just saying,
G Unit.
So
that he did a lot. Yeah, that's crazy.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. And a lot of people forget about that soundtrack, bro. That soundtrack.
But people don't understand how much work that takes to do all that.
I think he even mentioned in a video before. He was like, "Dude, I was doing so much shit like throughout."
People give Lil Wayne
3 and 5, like that. That just those 2 years was unbelievable.
People give Lil Wayne all this props of all the work that he's putting out, all the flood. Imagine if Wayne was giving hits for Drake, Nicki, Tyga. On top of that, then had to work on a movie and delivered a soundtrack that Wayne wasn't doing that. What Wayne was doing,
music.
Wayne for himself was doing it. Him as an artist himself, he was delivering heat consistently. But was he helping everybody else, writing their hits, doing a soundtrack to a fucking movie, releasing mixtapes on top of albums? Like Wayne was doing just that, releasing mixtapes and releasing his album solo. But he wasn't doing everything else like that. He was featured on the tracks, cool. But he wasn't writing hits for people, bro. He wasn't giving people hit after hit, making sure all of his artists went platinum and everybody was delivering. No, that's just off that alone, he's top 10 of all time. People forget all that shit. So I disagree with this list wholeheartedly. He also broke Beatles records at the time when no hip hop artist was even close to breaking Beatles records. We have to think about this shit. He was doing a lot of the first things that nobody else ever even did. So
you can't forget, he got Eminem to say, "I want to retire."
Exactly.
Stop rapping because of this.
Jay-Z literally retired. Jay-Z retired. Yeah. Whether people want to admit that or not, he retired for that.
He came through like a hurricane.
So, 17 is that's a slap in the face. 16, Scarface. I do love Scarface. I agree, 16. I do not agree he's ahead of 50. J. Cole, number 15. This surprise, like 50. You got J. Cole ahead of 50. I was like, all right, now this is where we're getting just mad stupid. I love J. Cole. I think Born Sinner is a classic album. I don't use that lightly. I do feel he is top 20. I love J. Cole. But number 15, ahead of 50.
I bet even J. Cole would be like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, I think even J. Cole disagrees with this. Number 15 is ridiculous. And I love J. Cole. Number 14, LL Cool J. Mm-hmm. I can understand this because he took hip-hop to more of a mainstream. Females started liking hip-hop a lot more because of him. Basically a pop icon at the time when it comes to hip-hop. I can understand that. Rakim, a lot of people reference him as one of the greatest MCs of all time. This is Banks' favorite MC. I could see Rakim being, top 20, of course. This frustrated me because this argument always comes up. Andre 3000, number 12. This is the same shit with Lauryn Hill. Andre 3000 doesn't have a solo album at all. Now, you can count that Outkast half Big Boy album, half Andre album as a solo technically, but technically it wasn't. It was still branded under Outkast. That's why it sold what it did. The fact is, Andre does not have a solo album. He should not be this high up on the list. And I respect the fuck out of Andre 3000. Way too high, though. Number 12 is like, he should be
top
number
30.
Yeah, he should be in 30, 27, 28, whatever. If you want to put him up there, congratulations. I agree. 12? Fuck no. No solo album, you should not be on here. Period. That's unfair to everybody else who's actually delivered solo albums and who's actually delivered classic albums when they deliver their solo albums. So I disagree wholeheartedly with number 12. That's way too high up. Number 11, Kanye West. The interesting part about this is Kanye is a producer and an artist, and there's been moments where people have written for Kanye and Kanye's written for himself. So Kanye's kind of used everything at one point. I don't know. This is a really tricky. This is where it gets really tricky. I think he should be top 10 of all time.
Wow.
I think
Really?
11 is not. I think the reason why they put him 11 is because of all the recent shit he's done. That's why they didn't put him top 10. Because Kanye, Graduation to me is like one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time too. Graduation is just perfection. The fact that 50 was going up against that was just a bad move on 50's end because that album was like, it's fucking, Can't Tell Me Nothing to me is one of the greatest records of all time. Like, it's in my top 20 of all time. Kanye just has consistency, has always had consistency. Even now with Donda 2, I love Donda 2. So I think top 10 because he's done so much for other artists too. That's another thing we have to factor in. If you did great for yourself, but then you also did for other artists, like I said with 50, you deserve to be, up there. And he's given a lot of beats, a lot of shit to people that that they deserve, that he deserves.
I think that's a decent spot. Ain't too bad.
11's not bad. I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
bad list, but I do think he should be top 10. Now this person I don't agree, and I know I'm gonna get attacked by fans of this person. They watch this video.
Oh my god.
Number 10, Nicki Minaj. I think they only did this just to include a female in the top 10. So they were like, okay, who do we include? Missy Elliott should have been here instead of Nicki.
Correct.
In my opinion. I love Nicki Minaj. I think Pink Print, to me, is one of the best albums she's ever delivered. I enjoy the fuck out of that album. Very personal album. Very great album. But top 10 of all time, mind you, of every rapper that's ever fucking hit the mic and ahead of Kanye, ahead of 50, Andre 3000, Rakim, J. Cole, Scarface, all these people, Ice Cube, whoever else we just mentioned. Nah. She's top 30, top 40. If you want to put her in that, Nicki's a great artist, but not ahead of Missy Elliott. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Missy Elliott to me was just peak. But whatever. Yeah.
All we can say.
Number 9, Snoop Dogg.
D-O-double-G-B.
Now, I don't know. I think
he should be like closer to.
Nah, because here's the thing about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And this is more about longevity. The fact that he's alive this long. His most recent projects haven't. It's been a while since Snoop Dogg had an impact on hip hop, like where he dropped a song or. Yeah. Besides the Super Bowl thing, I'm talking about like an album. If he drops an album, does it impact hip hop like that? Not really. People don't really check for it like that. That's not no disrespect to Snoop, but now he's working with Dre, so maybe if they drop that collab album with Dre, it's gonna, people are gonna be really excited. I think they put this solely for the fact of Snoop Dogg's name and how big he is. Everybody knows him. Mm-hmm. So if you're going off that, he definitely is top 10 of all time. But I think we're just going off music. He did have, at that time, when he did release the largest debut in hip-hop album until 50 beat him, but definitely helped create G-Funk, the whole new sound with Dre. And had a hell of a run, man. I think the last time he had actually a number one hit was 2009 or 2010, The Sensual Seduction. Yeah. It's actually called Sexual Eruption, but the clean version, Sensual Seduction. That was like the last time he actually had a hit that was his own solo hit.
His involvement in hip-hop is huge.
Yeah, but from 1993 till 2009, having hits, hey, he's done a lot of hit records, man, back to back. So, I think he's top 20, top 10, 100%. Number 9, though, I don't know. That's Drake at number 8.
I don't know. That's a tough one, to be honest, because this guy has done some crazy shit.
Yeah, but
he's done like literally like everything you think of, man. If they would have put him at 10, I would have been like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because of what he's accomplished, how many records he sold, the number one hits, the Grammys, the albums, longevity.
It's just hard to see it because they seem new. Like Drake, Cole, Kendrick, all these people. They seem like really new. And it's like, I don't really, I don't know, because it still seems new.
Nah, I could see Drake top 10.
But Drake has done a lot, man. I think people discredit him being like he hasn't done shit. He is top 10, I think, now. I think he's solidified his top
100%. 10. For me, 100%.
I don't know about number 8. Like you said, 9, 10. I would put him around
10
there.
would have been.
9, 10, Lil Wayne, number 7.
Weezy baby. I thought this guy was out of the list. I was like, damn.
Nah,
I forgot all about this.
Nah, there's no way.
I was like, I would have slapped him.
So why are they giving this to Wayne at number 7, but 50 at number 17? What's the? I get it. Wayne's been around rapping for a while, since a kid till now, but the what he did in the span that he did it is the same shit that 50 did. If 50 did it, you could argue at a bigger scale. Because, yeah, Wayne did sign Nicki and Drake, and they went on to be some of the greatest of all time. As you can see on this list, there's a lot of Cash Money nut hugging on this list. But, I don't know. Wayne, I guess because of the influence, too, is why he's on there, which makes sense. And he's had hell of mixtapes, and I'm not I think he is top 10, but I do not think he is number 7. Or, I don't know, yeah. It's very, very tricky. Because he did have a hell of a run, but when that run was over, it kind of...
I think for sure he's top 15. Yeah. Around there. But top 10 is... I got to see what this list looks like, too.
Wayne, I mean... Yeah, Wayne did his thing.
It should have been Wayne at 10, 9 Drake.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. I think I think Missy Elliott at 10.
Oh yeah. Sorry. You're right.
I think Drake at 9, Wayne at 7.
No. Wayne at 11.
Because Kanye's top 10. So I would have put Missy Elliott at 10.
Actually,
Kanye at 9. Drake at 8.
Yeah. Drake is at a good spot. But where do you put Wayne? Or take Miss Elliott's spot and put Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Here's get Nicki Minaj out of there and put her with.
Here's my problem with this list too is the next couple of artists. And a lot of people are gonna have a problem with this. A lot of people are gonna have a problem with me saying this, but this is the reality that a lot of people don't check this reality. Number 6 is Biggie. Now, Biggie is don't get me wrong, man, one of the greatest, of all time. But he died at his peak. So it's like if you die at your peak,
yeah,
of course everybody's gonna love you. Like who knows where Biggie would have been at right now? Would he still been this great? A lot of people, that's what I mean, is like when artists die prematurely at their peak. Because think about 20 years from now, man, Pop Smoke, they're going to be like, or XXXTentacion, the kids are going to be like, yo, this man, y'all don't understand. Like, XXXTentacion and Pop Smoke, they were the hottest shit, but they died too early to
yeah, but
Juice WRLD, look how much fucking, dude, the guy's broken records and done all kinds of shit.
I understand, but this guy has hip-hop history, like,
I think it's because they died.
Be forever talked.
I think they should be, Biggie and Pac should be in the top 20, like 15, 17, because you can't, it's unfair to the people that have been working their asses off all this time, delivering consistent quality. And some people die. I mean, it's not Biggie's and Pac's fault they died early. That's not what I'm saying, but it's like.
They're top 15, bro.
I think they're top 20.
Yeah, I could see like 15 Notorious.
And that's not taking anything from them, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not disrespecting them at all. But it's like they died at their peak, man. That's, like I said, if M died at his peak, if Jay-Z died at his peak, Kanye died at his peak, 50, Wayne, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, all died at their peak. What list do we have then? Everybody's going to be like, oh, shit, Eminem's the greatest, or Jay-Z's the greatest. Like, everybody's going to say that because they died at their peak.
True.
That's the unfair thing about this, is I think.
But this list is going off what we have, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's the unfair thing. Biggie at 6 is a little too high for me. That's my take.
Hell is number 5.
Now let's go top 5.
Jesus.
Number 5 is Eminem.
Oh my God.
What?
Top 5 Eminem? Bro, he's top 3, 1,000%. 1,000%. Billboard.
What makes you think that?
Are you kidding me, man? Everybody says he's the best rapper. That just alone.
I don't know. Unequivocally, everybody knows.
Everybody.
People say Jay-Z. People say, other artists.
Records sold. Who's done it better than him? No. Who can rap better than him?
I mean, Black Thought can rap his ass off. Banks can rap his ass. There's a lot of rappers that can rap
This
their
guy
ass
is
off.
different level.
Ah,
He knows the dictionary, forward and backwards.
I'm sure every rapper that you have to know the dictionary if you're a lyrical rapper.
Top 5, come on, man.
I mean, top 5 ain't disrespectful,
No,
bro.
it's
You're
not.
top 5
It's
of all
not.
fucking time.
I gotta see who's 4 then. Really
So Eminem is top 5. He's number 5. I do disagree with this. I agree with you. I think he should be top 3.
yeah, man. You got.
Yeah,
He was like number 3.
just off this alone, he should be number 3 at least, at minimum number 3. He introduced a whole new crowd to hip hop, all white people.
Exactly.
Like, if you do that, you just did something that nobody else could even manage to do. That's the way you're born, your skin color. But his talent is what introduced everybody to that. It's because he's so talented, people went to go check it out.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the first rapper to actually do, bring a whole white crowd. First one to almost sell 2 million in 1 week.
Yeah, we're not sales.
I'm just saying.
Eminem
There's
is a king.
There's a list of that, like that,
Yeah.
that. One of the greatest rappers. That the list goes on, man.
Yeah,
One of the greatest movies in hip hop ever.
Yeah,
Like it's just everything's the greatest.
yeah, he's definitely top 3. Number
Yeah.
5 is
You got to put him top 3.
the people that are in front of him is just one of them is so disrespectful. I was like, how the fuck is this person in front of him?
Tupac.
So hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say it. Tupac at number 4. Once again, it's the same Biggie situation. Pac died in his prime. Biggie died in his prime. That's why they're hailed at this level. That's not to say that Biggie and Pac, if they were alive still today, they still wouldn't be killing. They probably would, but they died at their prime, man. It's easy to say for any artist that died at their prime that they're the greatest of all time. Just imagine Get Rich dropped. You know how hip hop's Thriller.
Yeah.
This guy dies, gets shot again,
He'll
and
be
he
the
dies.
Best rapper of all time.
Yeah, he gets shot and dies.
They would've-
Everybody would been like, "This guy's the greatest we've ever heard of
He
ever
just
all
beat
time."
Tupac. They would have.
Yeah, easy.
He's better than Tupac.
That's my point. Is like you can't. That's the unfair thing about Pac and Biggie is they're always put on here, but it's like, they had like a short run because they died. That's not, Now, granted, Pac released a lot of fucking music. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it's like,
did a lot in his time.
a lot in his time frame. But still, they died at their peaks. I think they should be, if they're going to be in a top 10, they should be like 9 and 10. If you're going to be at a top 10,
Yeah, that's
because that's not fair to the people who worked their ass off their whole career and built a whole catalog of music and still going strong to this day. So I disagree with Pac being at 4. Here's top 3.
all right.
You got Nas at number 3. Nostradamus.
Interesting.
Now, I think this is mentioned because he's having a whole new run again with King's Disease. And he's doing a great job with that. He's having longevity. Now he's proven longevity because King's Disease is a whole series from 1, 2, and 3 is getting critically acclaimed. Like everybody's fucking with it.
Yeah.
So
a lot of good reviews. Yeah,
he has, I think, one of the best. I think the best diss track of all time, Ether.
hands down.
Illmatic. Obviously, it's hailed that as one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time.
Top 10, man.
And started, by the way, Illmatic was like when he was 18 years old. He was 18 years old. He dropped Illmatic in 1984, which is like wild. To drop a classic album at such a young age is fucking ridiculous. That is hard to fucking do at that age. I think it was 18, 20, somewhere young as fuck when he dropped his first debut album, which is hard.
I don't think nobody's done that.
Yeah, off the rip, your first debut album is a classic, and you're a kid, pretty much. So, to 3, I don't know. 3 is interesting. I do think he's top 5. But 3, I would swap Eminem and Nas. I'll put Eminem ahead of Nas. Or ahead of, I'll put, he
was the age of 20.
20. So there you go. 20 years old, dropped Illmatic, which is one of the most classic hip-hop albums of all time. So that's hard to do. Number 2, I disagree with wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I disagree with number 2. I love this guy, but number 2, not on my list.
Nah, man.
Kendrick Lamar is at number 2.
Is he top 10, though?
Huh?
Is he top 10?
I think he's getting there. I think if he keeps, because he has technically 5 albums, because Section 80 is considered an independent album.
Actually, I take that back. Not top. I didn't mean to ask you that. I meant to ask you, is he top 15?
He is top 15.
Okay.
Top 10? I think he still has a little bit more to go. He's still fairly new in terms of
Yeah,
like
he's got a lot to prove.
catalogs. He still got, I think still more to prove. Number 2 is just utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ahead of Nas, even Wayne, even Drake, even I don't know about Drake. I think he could be ahead of Drake because Drake to me versus Kendrick.
Not overall with everything.
Nah, I think so. To me, you're talking lyrical ability because Drake just does.
He's a better rapper.
Drake does the same shit. At least Kendrick has different projects. Like not one album sounds the same. One album's different. One album's different.
Yeah, but overall,
you get somebody totally different.
When you go against everything with Drake, like
we're not talking numbers. We're just talking like musically. Because if you're talking numbers, Eminem destroys everybody. It's over. Nobody has a conversation. Eminem's number 1. That's the debate of if we're talking numbers. But we're not talking. I think.
Who the hell is number 1?
You already know who number 1 is, bro. You know America.
Oh
man.
my!
You know America, bro. Yeah. You know how America is, man. This guy's a sweetheart of hip hop's media in America. So Kendrick number 2, I wholeheartedly disagree. I think he's top 15. Hell, I don't even think Drake is top 10. I think they both, even J. Cole. J. Cole's not top 10. They didn't put him top 10 on this list. But I think Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole are top 20. I think they need to earn their top 10 spots still.
Who the hell is number 1 if Jay-Z's not number 1?
Anyways, we're going to it right now.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is number 1.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to answer that right now. I'm trying to figure out what Jay-Z. Jay-Z number 1. You guys already know I've talked about this shit all the time, man. I can't do this anymore, guys.
You were trending about this.
Yeah. I was literally trending. I can't do this shit anymore. Jay-Z's number 1 because hip hop media in America treats him like a sweetheart. Same with Beyonce. It's the same shit. Jay-Z can do no wrong in America's eyes when it comes to hip hop. Jay-Z's the greatest, period. And it's like you can't say otherwise. If you say otherwise, it's over. You're gonna get attacked. You're a hater. I love Jay-Z. His longevity alone makes him top 10 of all time. There's no fucking debates there. I'll never debate that Jay-Z's not a top 10 of all time because his longevity speaks volumes. I would even argue top 5 of all time.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking.
Top 5. If you want to put him in your top 5, I agree.
Yeah.
Number 1 over everybody that's ever existed in hip-hop, never in a million gazillion years in my eyes.
I don't know about gazillion.
Nah, he could drop 10 more albums and then do numbers, and I still wouldn't do it. Longevity, he has longevity. But other than that, I think, because this is Billboard, I think they're going over numbers. Because look, this is what they mentioned. History is also on his side. Hov has 14 Billboard 200 number 1 albums, the most amongst all solo acts. Over 140 million records sold. Co-founded Rockefeller, collected 24 Grammys, ran hip-hop's legendary Def Jam Records as a president, guided Rihanna and Ye to billionaire status. See, now there's adding a bunch of shit. He guided Rihanna and Kanye to billionaire status.
What else are you going to add?
440. Listen, man. The God did verse that he rapped in the Grammys and everybody's hyping that shit. It wasn't that great of a verse. People got to fucking relax. That's what I mean is anything Jay-Z does gets hyped to the max. Jay-Z is not number 1 on this. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, M murdered you on your own shit, boy.
Yeah, I think if you're going to put number 1,
damn.
I don't agree with Jay-Z. If you're going to put number 1, to me, my own list, 50's number 1.
Nah, man.
To my own list. I'm saying my own opinion.
No.
It's my opinion.
Without
my opinion, no, 50's not number 1. He's top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
But if we're going off numbers, we're going off statistics, Eminem washes everybody. Why are we even having this discussion?
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't they mention with Eminem? Oh, he sold records and this, and this. Let's see what they said. All they mention is, oh, he spits freestyles and crazy. He rapped 225 words in a second, and then he says he won 15 Grammys, 10 number 1 Billboard albums, and 3 RA certified. Why don't you guys mention the full amount he sold? Why don't you mention he sold over 230 million records? You just mentioned 3 diamond singles. That's it. Like, does Jay-Z have an 8 Mile movie? No.
Clearly, Billboard's on Jay-Z's.
Hip hop. This is what I mean. Hip hop media in America be nut hugging Jay-Z like to the end of this world.
Damn, I didn't know it was that bad.
It is bad, bro. It is
Wow.
very bad. And I see it all the time. Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that, Jay-Z this. I'm not even hating on Jay-Z. Like I said, top 5 all time, period. But number 1, nah, man. I don't. Jay-Z just ain't.
I think we should take this list and change up some spots of it.
I mean, I'm already telling you right now.
We don't need to.
Change
We
it up.
don't need to change it completely 50 because it's a lot. You know, you got to look through a lot of shit. But like the ones we mentioned, changing because I gotta add Game in this list too.
Game should be in this list.
Yeah, we gotta add Jeezy.
I don't know about Jeezy, but Game is 1 million % on this list. Game definitely. If anything, Game should be ahead of that fat cop that's number 50 at least. If you're gonna put like, why is the fat cop at number 50?
Calm down.
Yeah, why is he at number 50? That makes no sense. Like, it's because
Banks up
it's
there,
because ex-president Jay-Z signed him. That's the reason why he's number 50. Look, his allegiance to Def Jam and ex-president Jay-Z. That's why he's even number 50, because it's Jay-Z nut hugging again. It just has to deal with Jay-Z. That's why he's number 50. Just annoying, bro. That's what I mean.
because of that Jay-Z part.
They mentioned that. Yeah, they put he's affiliated with Jay-Z 100%. He has to be on top. It's really ridiculous, man. That's what I mean. The Jay-Z nut hugging doesn't stop on this list. I disagree with Kendrick being number 2. I disagree with Jay-Z being number 1. I disagree with the top 5, period. It's way off, completely off. Top 10, some of the people like Snoop Dogg, number 9, I agree with. Nicki Minaj, number 10, no. Drake, number 8, I can see that. Wayne, 7, I can see that. Biggie, 6, I disagree with. Just like I said, Biggie and Pac died way too early to, to really, I think, earn that part. Now, the top 20, yeah. But that's just my take, my opinion. You guys wanted us to go over it. 50 definitely should not be 17. That's a slap in the face. And J. Cole being ahead of 50 is just wild. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, man.
Do you think Lloyd Banks should be top 50?
I think he should be, but a lot of this is going off of like accolades too. They're mentioning like what these people have done in terms of sales too. So, Banks.
He's got more than Ross, I think.
Nah, Ross has too many albums out. Ross has sold way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ross has like fucking 10 albums, 12 albums out. So each of them probably went gold. At least majority of them went gold. So Banks only has 5 albums out. 2 of them, the Course of the Inevitable, haven't really sold much of anything.
Right, but his first album takes like 4 albums of Rick Ross.
Easily, yeah. But I mean, if he had more of those, yeah, he would be outselling them. But
if I was stuck in the electric car,
yeah,
and I was hearing hunger for more.
Guy's a clown, bro. The guy's he should not be number 50. When I saw, here's the thing, they released the 41 to 50 list early. When I saw Rick Ross at 50, I was like, this list is gonna be terrible. I can just tell. I already knew off the bat there's gonna be. I was like, Rick Ross at 50. That makes no damn sense. But
I think I'm Big Meech.
One thing that I was surprised, Ja Rule was pissed off about the list. Ja Rule.
Oh yeah,
Ja Rule's not there. He said there ain't 50 rappers dead, alive, or waiting to be born better than me. Congrats to everyone on the list, well deserved. But check my resume.
He ain't lying.
Here's the thing though with Ja Rule, does he have a classic album? No. I think he does.
No,
He's got very great
he's
singles.
got great albums.
He's got great singles. No, not even great albums. He's got good albums. You don't even know one album. Name me one album from Ja Rule that you can name off the top of your head. Exactly. Vini Vidi Vici, Ja Rule, whatever that other album is called. I can barely name them because album wise, he doesn't have the he has that 316 album and whatever. It's raining like crazy. That's why you guys hear this. Shh. But I think Ja Rule should be ahead of Rick Ross. Shit, put Ja Rule at 50 instead of Rick Ross. In my opinion.
He's way higher than 50.
I'm just saying, if you like, this is what I mean. I'm just giving points as to why Rick Ross should not be at number 50. That alone is like ridiculous. How is he number 50 when you got Ja Rule, Game, Banks? Who else we want to name? That should have been on this list. Off the top of my head.
Oh, who should have been on the list?
Yeah, I'll put Kevin Gates ahead of Rick Ross. I'd put a lot of rappers ahead of Rick Ross.
Yeah, we had Banks,
Let me see.
Ja Rule.
I'd put Kevin Gates up ahead of him. I'd put
T.I. was on the list. Luda was on the list.
Shit. Let me see. Lil Durk. I'd put Lil Durk ahead of him.
Stop.
Hell yeah, ahead of Rick Ross, a million.
Oh, ahead of
million
Rick
times.
Ross. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Number 50, just ahead of Rick Ross. What artist would be ahead of Rick Ross? Shit, I don't know if they put. Did they even put Beanie Siegel on this list? Probably not.
Nope.
I didn't see no Beanie Siegel. Yeah, I'd put Beanie Siegel ahead of him.
Was he?
Fat Joe, he wasn't on the list. I put him
Oh,
ahead of him.
God.
Shit, I put a lot of ahead of Rick Ross in number
Shit.
50. Who else? Let's see here. Cameron, I'd put ahead of him.
Yeah.
The DOC. See, this is what I mean. Like, the DOC had one classic, amazing album. They didn't even put him on this list. That's what I mean. It's like you put Lauryn Hill on there with one album, but you don't put the DOC on there. Dr. Dre shouldn't have been at 40.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Shouldn't have
think
even been on the list.
Yeah, because he's more of a producer than I get it. He has the Chronic 2001. Great, congratulations.
Or put him.
At least number
50.
50, yeah,
Like,
something like that.
Oh, he made a list because of this.
Yeah.
Because of his accomplishment.
Who else do I got? Tony Ayo should be number 1.
Yeah, talking New York, Tony Ayo. G in the house.
Yeah. So I think, Jeezy could have been at number 50. That would have been better. A lot of people should have replaced
Jeezy.
Rick Ross.
Yeah,
Rick
man.
Ross should not be
Yeah.
at number 50. Not even close.
Dude, there's so many rappers.
Yeah,
so
so-
many rappers. Travis Scott, Method Man. Oh, he's over there. Lil Baby.
Yeah, but that's my thoughts, or our thoughts on the list. I disagree with the top 10, especially the top 5, wholeheartedly. I disagree with number 17 with 50. That's ridiculous. You guys know that it should not be. J. Cole should not be ahead of 50 Cent, and I think J. Cole himself will be saying that.
Facts.
Andre 3000, once again, should not be that high up on the list. Never had a solo album. Unfair to the people who've had solo albums. You guys get it.
Billboard.
I disagree, Billboard. You fucked up this time.
Shit, I would have put Birdman 50.
No,
That
no,
would've
no, no.
Birdman at 50?
Nah, if Dr. Dre's at,
And then Dr. Dre at 49.
nah,
Because of their hip hop.
nah,
Ha!
nah. Birdman,
Stunner man, bitch.
yeah.
1.5 on the skinny ties.
Anyways, that list is interesting and wild. So I hope you guys enjoyed kind of our take on it. But that's yeah, I don't know. We might do our own list sometime in the future if we get good enough time that I can focus on it and do a legit. Shit, I might do a top 10 of all time.
Or just adjust that list. Because some of those people that are on that list, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we could adjust
Just-
the list. Yeah,
Adjust the list. That would be easier and
but yeah. Let me know what you guys think.
for sure.
Billboard top 50 all time. Leave a comment if you're watching it on YouTube, of course. If you're on the audio version,
Yeah.
tweet at me, DM me, whatever. But that's my thoughts on it. Some of it they got right. Probably I want to say the most important parts is the top 10 they got completely wrong. But the rest, like some of the parts you could agree with. Like 21 DMX makes sense. I agree with that. Whatever numbers, I can't think off the top of my head, everybody. But, some of the numbers I agree with, it made sense. Lauryn Hill at 30, I think she should have been a little bit higher, but,
Yeah, DMX was a good list.
DMX is a good number, I
Yeah,
feel like.
good number.
Yeah, so, yeah, Billboard, you done fucked up.